Right, looks like we're now live. It's not as easy as it might appear, but I think I'm here, and I think I've got my bits, so I can show you what we're going to do here. Okay, so I promised I'd come back this week and show you how to make a what I'm calling a slimline fan fold, and I have got. I haven't quite got out ready for you. So I've already made a couple of samples, 3 samples. My original one, and these are all made with retired papers because, you know, I'm on a love it, chop it binge to use up my pattern papers. And I hope this will inspire you to get out your pattern papers and use them up too. So these are 3 different styles I've made. It's all using the same cutting and scoring template, and they are great because they use up lots of pattern paper. I'll show you what they look like on the inside. So they just need a belly band to secure them, and then you can see you've got lots of display area for your pattern paper, and you can use lots of different ones like I have there, or this one I just use 2 sides of 1 piece of paper. So that's another one there, and different belly band. And this one, again, we've got lots of different types of the DSP. And I made this one so it would open up this way with a little bit of sparkle, because sparkle's always good. So it's actually super easy, and it makes a lovely card to receive because it's a bit different, bigger size, a bit more dramatic, and the pattern paper just makes it look lovely. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a piece of A4 paper and cardstock, I mean. Let's see if you can see what I'm doing here. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. So you you need a piece of A4 cardstock, and I'm using the Very Vanilla here, and I'm using the thick Very Vanilla. Actually, am I using the thick Very Vanilla? No, I think I should use the thin stuff because there are quite a few layers here. Hold on a moment. Okay, excuse me, people. Just sometimes it's better to use something thinner when you've got a lot of layers. So I'm going to first of all have to trim a little bit off this. So we know this is 21 centimetres wide because it's a full sheet. And I need to trim it down. Let's see if you can see what I'm doing here. Yes, mostly. I'm going to trim it at 27 centimetres. So 27 centimetres all the way out here. Yes, you can still see that. 27 centimetres. And this bit that we're going to trim off is going to make the belly band. So we leave that in the trimmer the same way it's already in there, and we just have to move it along and score it. And the scores are, you can use a score board if you have one, and I would recommend it if you have one, but for the sake of this video, and because I know not everyone has them, I'm just going to do it on my trimmer. So the first one's at 3 centimetres. I do have a PDF for this, so don't worry about the dimensions too much. 3, and the next one is at 6. So just always make sure that it's lined up here and down here as well, so that you're getting it nice parallel. And slide it across to 12 centimetres. And one more score is at 18 centimetres, which is right there. Okay, that's all the scoring and all the cutting that we need to do on the cardstock. For the sake of simplicity, I've already cut up the DSP here. And I'm going to just show you very quickly how we put this together. So, this is the end that I started scoring at with the smaller thickness dimensions, and I'm going to start by folding that one over and give it a burnish. then fold it back on itself and burnish. Actually, that's the one we want to burnish there. And then, so this is why I call it a fan fold, because this is basically a fan fold, but we've got different dimensions here of the folds, so that we get these evenly spaced ones. Somehow that's got a bit dirty, but don't worry, we're going to cover that up. Okay, so I've just taken some retired DSP, and I'm just going to pop it in a manner that I think will look nice. Some of these pieces we won't get to see when the card is closed, so I do want to be able to see this one, which is a kind of a feature one, so I'll definitely put that one. Remember, we've got two sides to our paper, so I'm going to, there's two large pieces go there, and then there's two smaller sized pieces which can go there. Actually, I might put that one there because we are featuring the poinsettias. That can go there. And this one will go all the way over here. Yep, I think that will work for me. If you're using a coloured cardstock base, I'd put an insert in here, and I've got one that I have cut for another sample. But I wouldn't put this one in here. This one will be fine to just write straight on there. Now we just have to stick those down, and then I'll be able to show you how you make them. I'm going to have to use, I'm sad to say I'm really struggling to get glue out of this, so I'll give it a little try, but I'm probably not going to succeed. I'm desperate to order because I finally run out of the large amount of glue that I had in stockpile. And the trouble with having a big stockpile is you just think it's going to last forever sometimes, and then you find it has run out when you least expect it. So I'm back to using the tape runner, which I do like, but I just like the bit more flexibility you get with the mono glue, because you've got a little bit of wiggle room with it. So yeah, it's, as I say, it's very simple just to adhere these papers, and the dimensions are all on the PDF. They're all the same height, and this is something that's going to just fit inside a regular, I think they're called DLE envelope, but I recommend you either make your own or buy a good quality one, because the kind that you get bills in aren't really the kind you want to send a nice card like this, in my humble opinion, which isn't very humble, I guess, but there we go. So you can see there's three strips that are all the same width, 1, 2, 3, and then there were two that are these wider widths, and we're just going to line those all up. You see, it's a very simple card, and this one is going to show when the card is folded up as well. And let's just line that up. Again, these all have the same margin of about 2.5 millimeters. So when they fold this one up, it's going to look like that. Now, to make the belly band, the main thing about a belly band is to not make it so tight that you can't get it back on again after you've made it. So I'm going to decorate this belly band. I seem to have lost my little piece of DSP to go down the centre, which is what I've used on these other belly bands I've made. But I will put that on. But just showing how you can wrap this around. You want the join to be I in fact usually have the join at the front because it's going to be covered up by the embellishments, and I'm lining it up on my DSP here so I get it straight. Well, not straight, I guess, yes, straight. So I'm going to wrap one of those down and just burnish it down a little bit. And this one, it needs to come up over quite a lot further, so I'm just going to push it out a little bit. You see, I'm just sort of pushing it out a little bit so there's a little bit of gap there. It's not really tight, and I'm just going to push it out and then give it a bit of a push down there. Again, we can put some glue on here on the two ends of this. And again, I will put this in here just to make sure we're not getting it too tight. I just push it out a little bit and push those ends together, and we should have a nice belly band that will easily go on and off. Now, I usually keep the front of this of the card plain, and also you don't want to put too many anything dimensional in here. I would probably stamp this here with a coordinating pattern. And I'm going to decorate the belly band. I don't have all the bits for it, but you can see I've already stamped up a cream poinsettia, and I'm going to pop it onto this band with some embellishments. I'll post the picture of the final product once I get it put together in a few minutes' time. In the meantime, I was just going to show you what I'm planning to do on my live next week. I'm going to try and make these lives a weekly thing, and this is something I posted the cards on Facebook already, and I think it's a lovely pattern, lovely design, inspired by Jackie Williams, but she uses inches and I like to use metric to work with my A4 cardstock. So I've just modified the instructions a little bit, but you can see it's a lovely piece, a lovely card